Hey guys, welcome to week 7 of Danny's Weekly, where I talk about being a maths student at the University of Sheffield in the first year. So the idea of this is to explain what it's like to be a first year at university, just so anyone who is wondering about what it's like, whether they don't know whether to go to university, or if they're just interested in knowing what it's actually really all about from someone who's going to be quite honest about everything, this is the best place to find that sort of stuff out. So my first topic is about my juggling and my circus society. So I finally learnt Mill's Mess, and it is a bit of a nightmare. So here's a short clip of me doing Mill's Mess, and I think it's a great juggling part. Mill's Mess. 2 balls this hand, 1 in this one, cross over. I haven't got it nailed entirely, but that's basically the pattern. That was a better run, so I'll pull out a video. Yep. The other trick I've been learning this week is a 2-ball vamp, which is where you, a 1-ball vamp is where you throw a ball from one hand to the other, like that kind of motion. And the 2-ball vamp. Okay, so 2 balls. Okay, I'll show you the 1-ball vamp first. Okay, that. Just like I said in the video before. 2 ball, one ball vamp, just like that. Now we add in a second. Okay, so you need to throw them, and they need to swap over. So I'm going to use a coloured ball. Here it is. Okay, so follow the balls. It'll look a bit blurry because my webcam's a bit shit, but basically, there you go. I've been learning how to do it with 2, so you throw 2 simultaneously, like this, between 2 hands. It sounds complicated, it's kinda hard, but kinda easy at the same time, I don't know. If you've ever tried doing it before, let me know in the comments, and I will talk, and I'll reply and be interested in juggling, because I'm a juggler, I can't help it, I'm always interested in this sort of stuff. So I've also been trying to include the 2-ball vamp into one of my tricks, where I do a flash on 1 ball. Juggling term, a flash is where you throw 1 higher, so you do it for instead of like one like 1 throw time, you do it for 2. I've been trying to do it for I think it's about a 3 count or something, and then put in a 2-ball vamp and see if I can get it to work. So yeah, that's quite cool. And also tomorrow is the 31st, so Monday Juggling Society, well, Circus Skills Society as usual, but this time we're having our AGM, which I will talk about later on. But basically I'm running for president of the society this year, so yeah, it's going to be pretty good, and I hope everyone who goes down there votes for me, because I really want to be president for the next year. Okay, next I'd like to talk about maths. So this week we've been doing, in one of our modules, our core module, we've been doing about conics, which is, imagine a cone. Okay, if you take a direct cut through the cone, like parallel to the base, then you get a circle. Simple. If you do it diagonally, you get an ellipse and stuff like that. I don't know, I can't remember the other various ways that you can do it, but it also has like a straight line on it, because you can just go to the edge. I think there's an image somewhere that's got 2 on that goes a bit more complicated. But basically, we've been doing about curves and funny looking lines. And basically what we've been doing this week is, imagine the y equals root x graph. Okay, for non-maths people, imagine having a graph on just a xy axis like that, where this is x, this is y. And the y equals the square root of x. Well, x can be positive or negative, because it's a square root and you don't know. So, but there's no negative y values. So you get a nice looking curve on a graph. What's interesting about these is, if you take the equation and call it y squared equals x, that's pretty nice. If you have y squared equals 4ax, where a is any constant, then you can have 2 properties. Well, if you had y squared equals x, then A is a quarter. There's like a general term for any of these types of graphs is y squared equals 4x. If you take that number A, then if you put that number on the x-axis, then the distance from that point to any point on your curve, and you make a line on the from the x-axis parallel to the y-axis at the negative a x coordinate, then the distance from the point A to the curve is the same distance from the curve to this minus a line. So that's probably a really bad explanation of what it is, but I don't want to use pictures because I'm not really good at that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's what we've been doing basically this week. So it started at simple about A level for the first lecture, and tomorrow I'll have my second lecture on it. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting going into a bit more complicated stuff with it and learning how to use it. Okay, next topic, which is usually the final topic, but not this time. We've got a special one for you this time, guys. I'm going to talk about the gaming now. So the societies at our university have a committee every year to run it because they're all student run. So we had our AGM on Friday, so that's like 2 days ago. Oh no, it was Saturday, so it was yesterday. And what basically happens is the whole committee go into a room and they have all of the candidates who want to run for next year's committee. And this year's committee help run a way for these new people to put forward their ideas to the rest of the society, including the old committee who get to vote. And everyone in the society votes for these people to get a new committee. So the gaming society have their new committee now. They have quite a big committee. I think it's about 13, 14 people this year. So a pretty big committee. It's a big society as well. So yeah, that's what's happened recently with gaming. Yeah. Finally, as a special add-on, I'd like to talk about societies at university. So every society first has to have a group of people who have this common interest in something. So there's a Christian society for people who are Christian. There is a gaming society for people who like games, and so on and so forth. For pretty much everything that you could possibly think of probably has as a society for it. And if it doesn't, you can just go make one. And if you have enough people, and then you ask the uni if you can be formally recognised as a society, then they'll add you to the list on their website. And every society is run by a committee, which usually the 4 mandatory roles are the president, who obviously is like the boss, and helps sort. They basically look after the society and delegate. Then there's the treasurer, and the treasurer handles the money, just as in government. Then there is also a inclusions officer, which is not an obvious term. It's basically the guys or girls who go around and just talk to people, make sure everyone feels included. So, you know, there's a whole thing about like race or religion or sexual orientation and stuff like that going around. Well, at uni, everyone's pretty much fine with everything. There's a lot of like campaigners for either way, but most of the people here are pretty fine with everything going. So they have to make sure that everyone does actually feel included in societies. And yeah, that's why you need an inclusions officer. And the 4th person is, I think the secretary is the mandatory role, the final mandatory role for a committee. Which is the person who just goes and organises everything. Just as a secretary would in a business, they just file the papers, sort everything out, and get almost no recognition or something like that. Oh my god. If Dale's watching this, Dale, congratulations on being the new secretary. You have a good role, but for some reason no one's ever recognised it. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, so thanks for watching everyone. This is week 7. We're almost finished with the semester. Next there will be a vlog next week where hopefully my friend Rose will come on and say hi. We will have cookies. I will have purple walls behind me because I'll be at home for a week because it's Easter break and I have 3 weeks off. The breaks at university are so weird to school because you don't have terms and half terms, you just have semesters, and you have 2 semesters a year. And you have a break at Christmas for 3 or 4 weeks, and you have a break at Easter for 3 or 4 weeks, and then there's like 4 weeks or something of uni, and then it's just exams, but everyone goes on study leave. So if study leave's on, then it's the summer, and if your exams finish in the first week of study leave, then you're pretty lucky and you get the rest of the whole summer off, which is nice. And yeah, so I'm probably going to vlog from home. Well, actually, I'll be back at university for 2 weeks for my Easter holidays, so I'll probably be talking mainly about maths, because that's what I'll be revising and studying for those few weeks off. And yeah, so thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment with questions, and subscribe to the channel so you'll see when a new video goes up every week. I try and get one out every Sunday, and if I don't, then it comes out on Tuesday. So yeah, it's all great. So yeah, don't forget to be happy and sort your lives out and stuff like that. So bye guys.